Personal life, marriages and relationships. Cruise splits his time between homes in Beverly Hills, California, Clearwater, Florida, and the south of England, where Cruise has lived in various places, such as central London, Dulwich, East Grinstead, and Biggin Hill. In the early to mid-1980s, Cruise had relationships with Melissa Gilbert, Rebecca De Mornay, Patty Shalfa, and Cher. Cruise and Mimi Rogers at the 1989 Oscars. Cruise married actress Mimi Rogers on May 9, 1987. They divorced on February 4, 1990. Rogers had grown up in Scientology and was one of its auditors. They met when Cruise became one of her clients. In a 1993 Playboy interview, Rogers discussed her split from Cruise and said that he had been considering becoming a monk, which affected their intelligence. Rogers later retracted the comments and claimed she had been misinterpreted. Rogers received a $4 million divorce settlement. Cruise met his second wife, actress Nicole Kidman, on the set of their film Days of Thunder, 1990. The couple married on December 24, 1990. They adopted 2 children, Isabella Jane, born 1992, and Connor Anthony, born 1995. On February 5, 2001, the couple's spokesperson announced their separation. Cruise filed for divorce 2 days later, and their marriage was dissolved later that year, with Cruise citing irreconcilable differences. In a 2007 interview with Marie Claire, Kidman noted the incorrect reporting of a miscarriage early in her marriage. It was wrongly reported as miscarriage by everyone who picked up the story. So it's huge news, and it didn't happen. I had a miscarriage at the end of my marriage, but I had an ectopic pregnancy at the beginning of my marriage. Cruise was next romantically linked with Penelope Cruz, his co-star in Vanilla Sky, 2001. Their 3-year relationship ended in 2004. An article in the October 2012 issue of Vanity Fair stated that several sources have said that after the breakup with Cruise, Scientologist leaders launched a secret project to find Cruise a new girlfriend. According to those sources, a series of auditions of Scientologist actresses resulted in a short-lived relationship with Iranian-British actress Nazanin Boniadi, who subsequently left Scientology. Scientology and Cruise's lawyers issued strongly worded denials and threatened to sue, accusing Vanity Fair of shoddy journalism and religious bigotry. Journalist Roger Friedman later reported that he received an email from director and ex-Scientologist Paul Haggis confirming the story. Cruise with his then-wife Katie Holmes in May 2009. In April 2005, Cruise began dating actress Katie Holmes. On April 27th that year, Cruise and Holmes, dubbed Tomcat by the media, made their first public appearance together in Rome. A month later, Cruise publicly declared his love for Holmes on the Oprah Winfrey Show. He jumped on Winfrey's yellow couch and stood there to make the announcement. On October 6, 2005, Cruise and Holmes announced they were expecting a child. In April 2006, their daughter Suri was born. On November 18th, Holmes and Cruise were married at the 15th century castle Castello Orsini o de Salchi in Bracciano in a Scientologist ceremony attended by many Hollywood stars. Their publicists said the couple had officialized their marriage in Los Angeles the day before the Italian ceremony. There has been widespread speculation that their marriage was arranged by the Church of Scientology. David Miscavige, the head of Scientology, served as Cruise's best man. On June 29, 2012, Holmes filed for divorce from Cruise. On July 9, the couple signed a divorce settlement worked out by their lawyers. New York law requires all divorce documents remain sealed, so the exact terms of the settlement are not publicly available. Cruise stated that ex-wife Katie Holmes divorced him, in part, to protect the couple's daughter Suri from Scientology. and that Surrey is no longer a practicing member of the organization. Litigation. In 1998, Cruise successfully sued the Daily Express, a British tabloid which alleged that his marriage to Kidman was a sham designed to cover up his homosexuality. In May 2001, Cruise filed a lawsuit against gay porn actor Chad Slater. Slater had told the celebrity magazine Actistar that he had been involved in an affair with Cruise. This claim was strongly denied by Cruise, and Slater was ordered to pay $10 million to Cruise in damages after Slater declared he could not afford to defend himself against the suit and would therefore default. Cruise requested a default judgment, and in January 2003, a Los Angeles judge decided against Slater after he admitted that his claims were false. Cruise also sued Bold magazine publisher Michael Davis for $100 million because Davis had alleged that he had video that would prove Cruise was gay. The suit was dropped in exchange for a public statement by Davis that the video was not of Cruise, and that Cruise was heterosexual. In 2006, Cruise sued cybersquatter Jeff Berger to obtain control of the TomCruise.com domain name. When owned by Berger, the domain redirected to information about Cruise on Celebrity20000.com. The decision to turn TomCruise.com over to Cruise was handed down by the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, on July 5, 2006. In 2009, magazine editor Michael Davis Sapir filed a suit charging that his phone had been wiretapped at Cruise's behest. That suit was dismissed by a Central Civil West Court judge in Los Angeles on the grounds that the statute of limitations had expired on Sapir's claim. In October 2012, Cruise filed a lawsuit against In Touch and Life and Style magazines for defamation after they claimed Cruise had abandoned his 6-year-old daughter. During deposition, Cruise admitted that he didn't see his daughter for 110 days. The suit was settled the following year. Scientology advocacy. Cruise was converted to Scientology by his first wife, Mimi Rogers, in 1986 and became an outspoken advocate for the Church of Scientology in the 2000s. His involvement in the organization was leaked by the tabloid Star in 1990, and he publicly announced he followed Scientology in a 1992 interview with Barbara Walters. Cruise has said that Scientology, and study technology in particular, helped him overcome his dyslexia. Cruise has been a close friend of Scientology leader David Miscavige since the 1980s. Several years after Cruise started studying Scientology, the organization's leaders promised to share some Scientology secrets with him, including information about the extraterrestrial ruler, Xenu. According to Janet Reitman's book, Inside Scientology, The Story of America's Most Secretive Religion, 2011, Cruise freaked out and took a step back from the church to work on the film Eyes Wide Shut. In 1999, Marty Rathbun was sent by David Miscavige to convince Cruise to return to the church and continue his studies. Cruise later sparked controversy in the 2000s with his efforts to promote Scientology. In the aftermath of 9/11, Cruise co-founded and raised donations for Downtown Medical to offer New York City rescue workers detoxification therapy. Drawing criticism from medical professionals and firefighters, in late 2004, David Miscavige created the Scientology Freedom Medal of Valor and awarded it to Cruise for this work. Former Scientologist Paul Haggis has claimed that Cruise attempted to convert several celebrities to Scientology, including James Packer, Victoria and David Beckham, Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, and Steven Spielberg. Since 2008, Cruise has restricted interviewers from asking him about Scientology. Political lobbying. As well as promoting various programs to introduce people to Scientology, Cruise campaigned for Scientology to be recognized as a religion in Europe. In 2005, the Council of Paris revealed that Cruise had lobbied French Interior Minister Nicolas Sarkozy and Senate President Jean-Claude Gaudin. They described Cruz as a militant spokesman for Scientology and barred any further dealings with him. Controversies. Criticism of psychiatry. In January 2004, Cruz said, "I think psychiatry should be outlawed." In 2005, he criticized actress Brooke Shields for using the drug Paxil, paroxetine, an antidepressant which she used to recover from postpartum depression after the birth of her first daughter in 2003. Cruz asserted that there is no such thing as a chemical imbalance and that psychiatry is a form of pseudoscience. In response, Shields argued that Cruz should stick to saving the world from aliens and let women who are experiencing postpartum depression decide what treatment options are best for them. This led to a heated argument between Cruz and Matt Lauer on NBC's Today on June 24, 2005. Medical authorities view Cruz's comments as furthering the social stigma of mental illness. From The Lancet, he may be right that psychotropic drugs are overused, sometimes misused, and that lifestyle changes and exercise for depression can be helpful. But he is wrong, as a celebrity, to add to the burden of those with a mental illness, who often fear seeking or continuing treatment because of the stigma still attached to their condition. Shields called Cruz's comments a disservice to mothers everywhere. In late August 2006, Cruz apologized in person to Shields for his comments. Scientology is well known for its opposition to mainstream psychiatry and psychoactive drugs that are routinely prescribed for treatment. It was reported that Cruz's anti-psychiatry actions led to a rift with director Steven Spielberg. Spielberg had reportedly mentioned in Cruz's presence the name of a doctor friend who prescribed psychiatric medication. Shortly thereafter, the doctor's office was picketed by Scientologists, reportedly angering Spielberg. On January 15, 2008, a video produced by the Church of Scientology featuring an interview with Cruz was posted on YouTube by the anonymous linked group Project Chanology, showing Cruz discussing what being a Scientologist means to him. The Church of Scientology said the video had been pirated and edited and was taken from a 3-hour video produced for members of Scientology. YouTube removed the Cruz video from their site under threat of litigation. It was subsequently reinstated on the site, and as of June 2020, the video has achieved over 15 million views. Purported influence. In March 2004, his publicist of 14 years, Pat Kingsley, resigned. Cruz's next publicist was Leanne DeVette, his sister, who was herself a Scientologist. She served in that role until November 2005. DeVette was replaced with Paul Block from the publicity firm Rogers & Cowan. Such restructuring was seen as a move to curtail publicity of his views on Scientology, as well as the controversy surrounding his relationship with Katie Holmes. Lawrence Wright's 2013 book Going Clear: Scientology and the Prison of Belief, and Alex Gibney's 2015 television documentary adaptation of the same name cast a spotlight on Cruz's role in Scientology. The book and the film both allege that the Scientology organization groomed romantic partners for Cruz and that Cruz used Sea Org and Rehabilitation Project Force workers as a source of free labor. In the film, Cruz's former auditor Marty Rathbun claims that wife Nicole